friends, how are you? I hope all of you are good and doing well. So in this video I am talking about CrewAI. Maybe you have heard it. So this is, let me explain what is this CrewAI first. So this, the help of CrewAI is basically you can design a business model kind of a thing where you have you can have multiple agents based on their ability, and then you can assign or delegate your work to the agents, and you can sit and ask them to work and they can work for you, and then you can get the best out of it. So given an example, like I'll uh, a tour and travels, or kind of a trip advisor, where you plan for, okay, we'll go for a 7-day trip or 5-day trip. Then what would be my itinerary, or how it should go, and what should we do in 7 days. Means this could be personally, you can also use it for your purpose, or the agents also can use it. But as you personally, you don't have multiple people to do work for you. Like one person is expert in cities, one person is expert in tour and travel, one person is local who is expert in for the city. So this is how the things will work. Like, means you will have all three people in one work, assign the work to them, assign the task to them, and they will do. So this is the crew.ai website. You can see that how it work. You can go through the documentation. So see that there are agents. As I was talking, what is agent? They can perform tasks, make decision, communicate to other agents. Means the one agents can also delegate its work to the other, depend to the other agent. Means one purpose work, one person or one agent work is completed, then the other agent will start its work. And you can use LLMs for doing that work. Means you can use GPT, Hugging Face, or using Langchain and all. So you can also have memory in that. You can, means all these agents can collaborate and work together. Process flows, you can design any kind of a small business kind of a work over there. You can do a sequential work. Means you can also do that, okay, you all three do that your work, and then later on I'll consolidate and I'll do the task. So today's work, what I'll do in this way, that I am like a boss and I have three agents under me, and I'll assign the task to them, and then they will work, and then they can uh, get out or take out the work for me, and perform for me. And I'll get the itinerary for 7 days. Suppose I'll have to go from anywhere to anywhere, some known cities, so that it would be easy for search for this. So for searching, you can use many utilities like DuckDuckGo, serperapikey. So in this case, our case, we will use serperapikey, which is you need to have that API key for that. So this is all we are going to do in this case. You can also use the Langchain for creating the crews. Means this is all code is also written. So I have used that code and I have tested in local, and I have created one repository in under my GitHub profile. So this is all available, uh, and I have demonstrate how that poetry works in my previous video. So you can use poetry to install your dependency. So this is the what we have learned recently, better to use it. So that's why I have used that poetry here. So there are a lot of things are there are a lot of use cases. People are coming up with the use cases. There could be multiple use cases, and including this LLM things. And I believe we can also, I have not seen it, but I believe we can also use your own RAG model, evaluation model, or evaluated model for that, or using a vector database and all. So this is, I have not seen, but I believe we can use it. uh, it should be, we can find it out and we can do that. Human inputs, agent monitorings, ops, stock analysis, there are the examples already available. So this is the example I have taken, and modified it according to me, so that it is easy for me to understand first. So drafting an email with land graph as well is also available. So this is also using, which is a proof that it can also work on the Langchain. So let me go through my uh, repository. So in this repository we have main.py. Basically it's nothing, it's just a compile. Okay, let me go to the agent. So in agents we can easily see what we are doing it here. We have a creating agent cheat sheet. Think like a boss, work backward from the goal, and think which employee you need to hire and get a job done. This is just an example. So define the caption of crew who orient the other agents toward the goal. Define which expert and expert the captain needs to communicate with and delegate tasks to build a top down structure of the crew. Goal is basically crew create a 7 days travel itinerary with detailed per day plans, including budget, packing suggestion, and safety tips and other. Because you are going and you should know all these things. If you'll have that, it will be good for you. Like caption, first person will be a caption manager, a boss, expert travel agent. He'll be the expert travel agent, and the other two agents will be like city selection expert, the one agent. The other one is local tour guide, who knows the cities where you are going, and he is the person who city selection. He can help you out that who you whatever city you have selected, it's what all things are there and how it can be easily can find it out. Agent should be result driven and have a clear goal in mind. Role is their job title. Goal should actionable. Backstory should be their resume. Okay, so this is how we have coded. We have a class travel agent. Under that we have a expert agent. Expert agents work basically, it's a prompt. So first we are telling that first agent role is expert. You are an expert travel agent. So this is one person entity comes in. He knows that this entity knows I am a expert travel agent, expert in travel and travel planning and logistic. I have did decades of experience making travel itinerary. So this is how it will be help to search for this. Create a itinerary for 7 days plan for this and this is. So first another agent is city selection expert. Expert in analyzing city data to pick ideal destinations in the city. Select the best city based on weather, season, price, and travel and interest. Suppose you are going from uh, JFK to Thailand. So then Thailand, it's another country and you will have a multiple cities. So if you are asking for 7 days, it will also tell you that which cities you need to go. Okay, and I am using Ollama so that it will be free for me. And in Ollama I am using a Mistral. You can use, by default it use GPT 3.5, but the results, at least the good results, will come either by GPT 4, or you can also use what I believe now Grok, uh, OpenAI key. Yeah, and the third one is local tour. it's also same. So it's just a copy paste, and I have just given the task, and I have also given a prompt, a small prompt. Knowledge local guide that extensive information about the cities, its attraction and customs, provide the best insight about the selected cities. So it will search in internet, it will use the serper. So this is the search tool. So it will use the, here we have a search tool and calculator. So there are two things we have here. So it will search in the Googles, and it requires serper key. We have that serper key provided in the environment variable, and then it will use it. It also have the capability, if that serper keys, it will not find the much results over the internet, over the Google. Suppose in that case, but it has the data itself in its own model. So then it will find out and give the results for you in the model. It will do everything is in front of you. You can see that. Why? That's why we have done this verbose true. So verbose true is basically the everything what is happening in the behind the screen, you will everything you will see in the console. I could show you here, and also I can do that in the somewhere else. So this is working code in my local. I'm not going to touch that code now, because maybe it's this code, it's work for me and not work for you. So I'm not taking that chance. I'm showing you from the scratch how you have to get my repository, and then clone my repository, and how you have to use it. So I have written all these steps in the readme file. You can take it and use it. So first is basically you should have a Python 3.7 and higher. So better if you have a 3.10. I think better if you'll have a 3.10 and above. And then clone your repository from this. And if you have poetry, it's fine. If you don't have, then you have to install it, and then check the version, and then if you are in that path is fine, otherwise you have to go into that path. And then first thing is log the poetry. In the previous one demo, I have showed that how you have to create the folder, start from the scratch one by one steps. Like these are the steps I have done. I have also mentioned those steps down here. So this is how I have done in the previous one, but in this case I'll not do that. I'll just, let me just finish this. This is remaining task. I'm not going to use this at all, because this is old now for me and I'm not using it. I have used the same readme file, that's why it is over here. I've already copied everything over here. Okay, so let me finish this. So this is how it has to work, means let me go, and I think better to demonstrate, but then the case is how I am doing it. So I believe you have started using this Lightning AI. So it provide you GPU and all everything. So I am just creating a new GPU. So I have used for around 30-40 minutes this GPU in this, and then I have got this 14.84 charged, means 16 cents USD charge. Every month you will get a $15 USD for from the Lightning. That is the credit you will get. If you will use over it, you will have to be paid. So this is free of cost. There is no need for you to give any credit card or anything. Another thing is, if you know about that, Ollama is fine. If you have seen my previous video, it's fine. If not, then you can go and download the Ollama, and you can also see that what all models are there. Now Llama 3 is also there, and all these models are there. So in this demonstration I am using Mistral. So without wasting much time, let me start that. So this is my studio. I am going to create one. Start. So it is spinning up a new machine for me immediately. First what I'll do, I'll clone my code and everything. environment ready with poetry and all, then I'll do the later steps. I'll do that Ollama thing. The hierarchy will be a little bit changed, but I'll do that because otherwise it will be more chargeable. So here I'll open my terminal. The first thing I'll do git clone. So you can go inside and clone my repository. So by default you will also get clone as well. Later I'll do, what is this? Is later I'll do issues. So I already cloned it. Now let me go inside this trip. Now let me open this readme file. So the second task, what I have to do, after cloning it, installing the poetry. If I have, it is fine. If I don't have, I have to install it. Let me also paste this command so that the next time you don't need to open that in the other way. So poetry, it's also give that command for the Linux, Mac OS and Windows. So for this one, I'll just copy it for my Lightning. This is Unix. Just install that poetry. Also, let me update this in my readme file. So installation in poetry for the Linux machine. Okay. Linux installation command. This is how it done. So I have mentioned all the steps. So this is done. Now you need to do export. It is also mentioned here. However, if it is required, you have to do. Otherwise, if it is your local Windows or any machine, then you might be no need to do it, but because it's a OS will also automatically do. So I have also mentioned this in my export, my readme file. Sorry, there's something wrong. Okay, export to path until double quotes. So it's done, because if you would have tried and this poetry version, it will not work. So now that poetry version, now my poetry is installed. Now I am already in this path. Now I have to install the dependencies. So first thing is you have to do the poetry lock. So there is a command. It's also, I give that you have to remove that in your poetry.toml file. Just remove it and then again do that poetry.lock. Let me take it up. So this is done, and then after that readme poetry lock and then install the dependencies. Now you can check that what all dependencies has been installed and all. Okay, now if you will run, it will not run because it will ask for the my Ollama. Now what I'll do, Ollama will not install here. I'll go here and run switch to GPU. I'll take the first one. That's how I'll get the 22 hours free with this. Configure it. So start spinning that machine for me immediately. Switch. The beauty is When I configure this code, or I leave it this code as is, after 2 days or 3 days, this machine will go away, but my code is will be as is. However, I am not using it or whatever reason, so I got my code as is. And why I have done this poetry things and all, I'll also show, because even though I have done that, okay, now if I'll do poetry version, you are getting your environment as is. The only thing is the GPU has been added. Thing is, your environment, it's integrated seamlessly with the GPU without any changes in your code. So this is again a beauty, and you don't need to change whatever files you have changed. It's you can see that there are changes still there. Now let me go to my file, and you are getting from where you have left. Now you have to install the Ollama. So Ollama is, again, you will go and install Ollama from ollama.com and see it. So I will have to download, and for Linux purpose you have to download with this. So this I already commented here, so let me go and paste it. In your local, there is no need for you to start the server, but when you are in a Linux this type of machine, you have to start the server. So now my Ollama is running, and this runs in server local on server 1, port number 11434. Okay, now I have to download Mistral model on it. So this one already has had the command. Let that Ollama keep running. I have opened another terminal, and in that I have installed the downloading my Mistral model. Now these things you cannot do it in so easily in Collab. So this is, again, you have a feature running like a VS Code. If you have experience, you can do it very easily over here, and you can do a GPU level of experiment in Lightning AI. Until this is free and you can use it, it is very good. So right now you cannot see any uses over here. It's just an installation. A small spike over here, very little, which is almost seamless, only 2%. Now after installation it goes to 69%, something like that. Okay, now this is installed. Let me come out. Now I have Mistral installed. Since I am using Mistral, my environment is completely ready, everything is ready. Now I'll have to go and start my application. For application, to start delegate my work to my agents. So I have do this. Okay, I'm not in that folder. CD, okay, sorry, CD. Now I run it again, python main.py. Now it is asking me from where will you traveling from. I'll say Hong Kong, because I'm living in Hong Kong. Where you will want to live, go Delhi. When you want to go, on June. And what are your interests? My interest is shopping, sightseeing, GHT, scene, and eating. Any other habit, if you have that, you can mention it. Just for purpose of this, I have done that. So just enter. Now my agent started working. Okay, I forgot to mention my Serper API. So let me do that. Create a .env file. .env file. Put that in the folder of trip one. Move it. Now I have that my Serper API key here. Copy it, paste it, save it. Let me start again. I'll go from the same place. Now this time also I'm going in June, and hobbies, GHT, scene, shopping and eating. These are my hobbies. Enter. Now my agents have started working. They will also search in the Serper API and everything, and finally they will give me a result. So let's wait. It finally gave me a result. I know that. So I'm just for putting purpose notice that notes, if you do work you will be get that everything. So this is a initial one for 7 days. You can see that how beautifully it is creating fastly. So this is how it is done. So it's also giving you a safety tips, packing suggestion and all. So finish the chain. So fast, so easy, and you can see that it took seconds and it search everything in over the internet. Or if it's not even internet, you sometimes you will get a case that it is not able to find it out in the internet. It's also giving you the arrival at international airport, and in the morning, check-in, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. So this is how you can use this CrewAI. You could have a multiple cases like researchers, marketers and business expansions. Entrepreneurs will can have multiple cases. Instead of hiring multiple people, they can use it and they can get the benefit. So this is all about for today's video. I hope you like it. If you like it, please share it, subscribe it, and share it for the for and subscribe also, that subscribe my video for further, and it will motivate me. Yep. Thank you very much.